Today we're going to talk about snacks on the go, whether it's that you're leaving the house for a couple of hours and you're not sure where your next meal or snack is going to come from, or you're traveling from one city to the next via airport and you don't want to be subject to getting something at the airport that is probably not going to be very healthy. So today we'll talk about some things that you can stock your fridge with, take with you to ensure that you never go without. You never have to stop at a 7-Eleven, or you never have to stop at an AM PM and be stuck with something that could be less healthy. And we'll also talk a little bit about, what if that happens? What if you forget your snacks, you don't have anything with you? What are the best choices at those stores? So let's start with what might be in your kitchen, or what you should keep in your kitchen, and what you might need to prepare for a day out where you have no idea when you're returning, or you just want to make sure that you're equipped and you can eat every couple of hours, as we know that's an important thing to do. So the first thing you'll need, aside from your grocery list, aside from your stocked kitchen, is stuff to make your snacks portable. So Ziploc bags, large size, small size, any snack size will do, as long as it has a Ziploc. That's the easiest things. You're probably going to be putting this in your car, putting it in a backpack or a purse. You don't want anything opening up. And even a Tupperware like this. And as you see, you can buy baby Tupperware that you can take sauces or dips and pretty much anything from your fridge that you didn't think could leave the house. So these are nice things to have. So a couple rules with snacks. Snacks, you want them to be nutritious. You don't want to go for what people generally regard a snack as, something like this. We oftentimes see this. This is a raisinette, kind of like a bear claw sort of pastry. And I'm just going to read the ingredients, because I don't think that we really want to be filling ourselves with these things when we're trying to refuel every 3 or 4 hours and we need nutrition. So this thing here, it looks pretty. There are some raisins in it. Maybe it's healthier, maybe not. We'll see. First ingredient is sugar. Right then and there I would put it down. Second ingredient is enriched flour. And the third is vegetable shortening. So not only are these 3 non-nutritive ingredients, they're actually bad for you, right? You don't want to fill your body with sugar. So you're going to get a high insulin spike from something like this, fill your body with empty calories, and then you're going to spiral that hunger. Instead of feeding or satiating that hunger, it's going to go on forever. Okay, so we're going to forfeit this. We're going to toss this aside and talk about some healthier things. Best thing is to make your snack protein-based. The proteins that we've chosen here that are the most portable, number one, you can always do a protein bar. Okay, so this is actually really nice. If you feel like you need quote unquote real food, a lot of these bars are made of natural foods. There's a list that you can reference for healthy and safe bars that are made of pure nuts and seeds and dried fruit and some healthy items. But if you're more into eating real snacks and real food, some of the top choices would be something like a beef jerky. So turkey jerky, beef jerky, buffalo jerky. The key terms are you want the package that it comes from to say no nitrates, low sodium, no added sugar. So beef jerky is a really good thing to just throw into a Ziploc. Doesn't need to be in a fridge. Throw it in your backpack or your purse or your briefcase or your car. Just keep it there. It can stay there for a while. And that's a good source of protein. Other protein sources include like a cheese stick, not like a cheese stick, but a cheese stick. It can be found in different forms too. There are Baby Bell cheeses, there are those little rounds, there are cheese slices that come individually packed. You could even take a block of reduced fat cheese or a low fat cheese, slice it up into its serving sizes and place them in Ziploc bags to make them portable, so you can just grab one out of the fridge every time you leave the house. And this can stay out of the fridge for a couple of hours. You can just slip it into your purse really easy. An individual yogurt, 1 serving usually. This is 1 serving in here. You can take a little cooler with you. You can even put some ice in a big Ziploc, slip the yogurt in there, and that should stay good out of the fridge for 4 or 5 hours. You can also take an individual applesauce. This is a no sugar added. It's almost like having an apple. Little less fiber because you don't get the skin, but very easy. You want to have a plastic spoon with you. At worst, you can probably get away with kind of just slipping it. It's pretty liquidy. And then other protein sources. You can mix protein powder into here too. So obviously applesauce is just pure apple, doesn't have a lot of protein. You can mix it with the yogurt if you want to. That's a good combination. You can mix protein powder, pre-mixed protein powder into it and take it with you, or you can have a combo of any of these things. Your string cheese with it, your beef jerky with it. And you can also do the same thing with your apple, a piece of fruit. So you can have a healthy carbohydrate. You don't ever want to have a carb without a protein. So if you're going to grab an apple to run out the door, make sure you grab a protein with it, such as the turkey jerky, the string cheese. You can even grab some nuts. Those combos are good. You can even balance out the piece of fruit that you choose with a slice of turkey. That's a good protein source. Again, that's deli sliced turkey meat. You can use deli sliced chicken meat. These are thin slices, so you can grab a couple, put them in a Ziploc bag, take them with you with your apple. And then we have mixed nuts. Mixed nuts are a really great snack. The danger with mixed nuts is that people eat too many. So I wouldn't suggest taking this whole thing with you in the car, keeping it in the car, you open it up, next thing you know, handful after handful, you've eaten almost the entire tub of nuts. Even a quarter of the tub is gonna be way too much. Calorically, we're looking at over 1,000 calories in the entire tub of nuts. So we want to be really careful with nuts. They're very good for you, but a small amount packs a lot of nutrition, a lot of calories. So what you want to do is always have your measuring tools with you or at home before you leave. So you'd want to take about 2 tablespoons, and this is what it looks like. A serving size would be, let's get that in here. These are mixed nuts. So there's some Brazil nuts and big ones in there. So it's going to be almost a quarter of a cup, which is about 3 heaping tablespoons. So this is your serving size of mixed nuts. And I wouldn't have these just on their own. That's not going to leave you full. You can pair it with, again, a fruit. You can pair it with a string cheese if you want to. It's okay to do protein with protein. There's some carbohydrates in the nuts. You can pair it with the yogurt, put them on top of the yogurt, put them on top of the applesauce. You can even have them with some vegetables. So any way you want to do that, but individual sizes made from the entire container is the best way to go. In fact, what you can do is take home your container from the market, the grocery store, and it says that there are 10 servings in here. Get out 10 Ziplocs and measure it out. Toss away the large container so you know every time you grab for a Ziploc, you're having 1 serving and only 1 serving. The other thing you can do too, measuring out serving sizes, is a popular snack is celery and peanut butter or celery and almond butter. So if you take your celery, and vegetables are a wonderful thing to incorporate into your snacks. A lot of people don't get enough vegetable content in their meals, so it's a really good thing to plug in during the day. And choosing a good dip to go with veggies is always a good way to go. So again, peanut butter is a really popular one. If you take just your serving of peanut butter, so you'd want to take just this 1 tablespoon, measure 1 tablespoon, and you take a knife and spread into the grooves of the celery sticks to make celery and peanut butter. And then instead of putting them into a Ziploc, you probably would want to use something more like this, a flat container where you can lay them out so they won't topple on top of each other and get all messed up. So that would be a nice snack right there. We'll pretend like those all have peanut butter on them. And it's very easy to take with you. Again, they can be out of the refrigerator for a long time. And then again, veggies. So how do we make these veggies more interesting? A couple things to take with you that are great. Hummus. You can also take individually packed hummus packs. Sometimes they sell them at grocery stores. Sometimes you have to pack it yourself in a little container like this. So you look at the serving size. For hummus, the serving is about 2 tablespoons. It's usually 2 tablespoons. So again, you take your tablespoon measure, put 2 tablespoons in a container like this, close it, grab your veggies, on the go. And it can stay out of the fridge for a couple of hours as well. This here happens to be salsa, another really good dip for vegetables to make it more interesting. And here we have a light dressing. So you can take just the measured serving size. This is 2.5 tablespoons of a light dressing that you can use to dip your vegetables in. Another popular snack is cream cheese and celery. So again, you can take that measured amount and spread it on the celery sticks, and I would lay them in a container like this so they don't get smashed. And then you can also do sort of a mini meal for a snack. You can take a whole wheat wrap, whole wheat tortilla, and cut it in half, or you can fold it in half and you can spread some hummus in here. You can spread some peanut butter in here. It's very easy to take out some deli turkey meat, even a string cheese, stick it in here, roll it up, and you have a portable snack. It takes 2 minutes to do that. Same amount of time that it takes to run into a 7-Eleven, get a candy bar, or end up at the wrong spot and buy something that you don't want, vending machine, etc. So these are very easy to put together, coming straight from your home. And you can pre-make them. If you have an hour to set aside on a Sunday evening and pre-make snacks for the week, you can put all this stuff together, set it up in your fridge, and every time you leave the house, just grab a couple. And again, a cooler would be a really good thing to get. It doesn't have to be a giant ice chest, just maybe one that has a strap that you can It's almost like a lunch bag cooler. You can zip it all the way around, or one that kind of velcros over. Those keep things cold for 4 or 5 hours. So that's a good idea too. And now I just want to talk for a minute about what to do if you do find yourself at a 7-Eleven or you have to go through a drive-through. What do you look for? So generally, I know you guys have all seen fruit sold at 7-Eleven. Just because it's sold there or sold at a mini mart doesn't mean it comes from somewhere different. You just want to wash it off. You can always grab that. They usually will sell mixed nuts. The problem is they're not individually portioned. So look for individual packs if you can find them. And if you can't, this is where portion control really comes in handy. You have to understand how much you're ingesting if you were to just keep going on this box of nuts. Again, this has more than 1,000 calories in just this little container. You can usually find individual yogurts. I just got one of these yesterday from a mini mart at a gas station. So they'll usually have them. And then again, string cheese. 7-Eleven has string cheese. I know the grocery stores have string cheese. They have beef jerky. They have protein bars. So if you guys have this in your mind and you're always referencing your list, you sort of can't go wrong. And again, the combinations, you always want to make sure if you're having a carbohydrate, and again, our carbs here are the fruits and the applesauce, the tortilla, match it with a protein so that you anchor that carb and you actually stay full. So that protein is going to help keep the blood sugar stay stable and help the sugar from these fruits get pulsed out into your system instead of a big rush. So your snack will actually hold you over. And I think that's all for our snack tips.